We know that London cabbies have to do the knowledge, but where do they begin? You know, London's a big place. Do they start in the centre and just go outwards? How do you get the whole of London in your head? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tom. I am a working London taxi driver, sharing with you insights from the trade. Begins with these things.
It is called the Blue Book. Probably why it's coloured pink. Now don't ask me why pink is called blue, bit like life in a way.
This is like the main methodology that every cab driver goes through. The idea behind these blue books is that there is a total of 320 runs or routes across London. The way that it works is that you have to physically go and run every single route in these books.
Run 12, Stock Exchange to Euston Station. Run 13, Archway Road to Gresham Street. Run 14, Billingsgate Market to Newington Green.
By the end of the 4 books, you would have covered most of London. These blue books are a bit like a phrase book in a language. So let's say you're trying to learn German and you learn an entire phrase book. You might be able to go and order dinner, ask how much a room costs in a hotel, but you're not necessarily going to be fluent in that language. And by learning these, you are not going to be fluent in the knowledge of London. You're just going to have a good idea of London. It took me about 1.5 years to do all 320 runs. Good scheduling, you can get through it in a year. If you're an absolute machine, you could probably get through it in 9 months or so. The very first one that no one is ever going to forget.
Manor House Station to Gibson Square. Manor House is the starting point, Gibson Square is the finishing point. Not that anybody has ever wanted to go from Manor House to Gibson Square, but you have to know how to.
They're just kind of arbitrary locations. They're not anywhere specific or special. So the second run, which starts from where that one finishes, is Thornhill Square to Queen Square. But the idea is that you get a pretty broad knowledge of London. This will be a start area of a run, and this will be a finish area. You have a little look around in this 1/4 mile radius, and then you pick up other points of interest on the way. So the run might start from Nightingale Lane, which is the name of the road. This is down in Clapham. Nightingale Square, home for aged Jews. You know, these are all points that people could ask to go to. And then you can have the same at the end. The idea is if you do all these dumbbells, there's 640 of them in total, you have all these little pockets of London that you visited, and that builds up a pretty good picture. But by completing these books, this isn't the knowledge. This is just getting started. This is tough stuff. I mean, I could probably still do this one. Parliament Square to Golden Lane. How would I run that? Parliament Square, lead by Parliament Street, left into Victoria Embankment. I've already hesitated already. See, that would be a point gone within the examination. Blue books, right, are like your bread and butter. You actually call a book a day. So you call 80 runs a day because that helps with your fluency.
Right, St Paul's Road. Comply one-way working, Ivory Corner. Leave by Upper Street, Islington Town Hall on left. Right, Gibson Street. Set down and right, Gibson Square, bingo.
So if you ever get asked them in an appearance, that's the equivalent of taking a penalty with no goalkeeper. You know, it's just a straight goal. You left Temple Place, left Arundel Street. See, now the Aldwych has changed. When I learnt these, that would have been left into Strand, right into Melbourne Place, right into the Aldwych. Left and forward into Fleet Street, go past the Royal Courts of Justice. But obviously now, you go straight up Arundel Street, you can turn a right into the Strand and forward into Fleet Street. Forward to Fleet Street, left into Fetter Lane, forward New Fetter Lane, Comply Holborn Circus, leave by forward Charterhouse Street, right Linden Street, left in the Long Lane, where are we going again? Golden Lane, forward to Beach Street, left in the Golden Lane. Can't do that anymore because Golden Lane, they've put a solid bollard up. So you can't actually get out onto Beach Street. So the optimum one there is then you've got to then go Long Lane, left Aldersgate Street, forward Goswell Road, right into Old Street, right into Golden Lane, and set it that way because of those that bollard restriction. That fundamentally is how we get started on the knowledge. You could go about it in some other crazy haphazard fashion. I guess this is kind of like the couch to 5K when it comes to like the knowledge. This is, like having a gym plan. If you've never been to the gym before, you go there, you go to this machine, you do this many reps, until failure. I remember I actually started doing these blue books. I bought them just as kind of like a scavenger hunt. I thought, you know what, I don't really want to be a taxi driver. I'm just going to learn as much as I can about London by going through these blue books. And once I started getting involved in the process, I thought, well, you know what, the job of being a taxi driver doesn't actually sound like that bad a gig. I could probably go for this. And I did, and that's obviously where we get to today, really. Thank you once again for watching. If you've enjoyed this, you might want to check out some of my other videos about London and taxi driving. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.